Hey everybody, it's Ross. Welcome back again. And here is another review of Bachmann's locomotives, the ALCO RS3, or is it RS-3? Anyway, on with the show. So much like before, you have your traditional Bachmann box, DCC equipped on board. Look at that in the shot. And this here is the Canadian National Livery version. Now, this does not have sound. I tried to get the CP rail on with sound, but I put it off for too long. And like in my two previous videos, I wanted something to also act as like an assistant locomotive, but I wanted something that's an older diesel as well. And this one really does fit the bill. Now let's grab it from the back. Oh, and also, word of warning, I'm not going to tear this one apart because my studio still isn't ready yet. And of course, the time of filming this one, it's the same time as I filmed up the other ones there. So please forgive me. I'll just show a blown up parts diagram from their website to help verify anything internally gut-wise on these. And this one, as careful as I'm being, is in there pretty darn tight. There we go. So we have our typical Bachmann DCC on board, locomotive. So there's the parts diagram. And doesn't say if things metal or plastic. All these other cards, warranty, etc., etc. Put them aside. And of course, well, this tab's actually in there tight. There we go. Carefully pull apart. And out comes the beauty. Holy moly. There we go. And of course, serial number 64207, RS3 diesel, Canadian National. So, already this thing seems to weigh about as much as the ALCO S4. Maybe a bit lighter. I'm not too sure. So of course we got all plastic, and I believe it's a plastic running board too. We do have a spot for the speaker underneath. Plastic. Yeah, it's all plastic chassis. So we've got the camera here. Now I forget what year this was, but we know we got your dual headlight there. Well, it's a single headlight, but it's got two small ones in the front. Easy Mark II couplings. I'll upgrade the KD. We got cut levers made of metal. All plastic hand railing. The windows, I don't know if they're glazed or not, but they're reflective, like the S4. Plastic horn. Molded in grill detail. Man, these rails are kind of bent. Oh well, adds a bit of character, I guess. And again, a cut lever on the front. Plastic Mark II coupling. Oh, I'm sorry, didn't get the coupling in view. There we go. And yes, I'm not going to go into history because I don't have any history printed up on these. But guys, this is just more of a model review anyway, right? So I'm going to get this set up on the track and we'll see how she crawls before I run it in. So there she is up on the track. I don't know if that's the front way or the back way, but either case, some power. And by default, it's address 3. Now, I believe we do have basic lighting, at least. Yes, we do. So there's our front. Nice yellow light. Get my shadow out of the way. So the only way to tell you're going forward is because that's the default setting for forward. We do have a rear light that comes on, pretty bright as well. So we do have directional lighting, which is good, and it dims out. Pressing 1 dims them out even more. And of course it pretty much just almost completely turns off when it's dim in the back. And I almost forgot to check for wheel bearings. Yeah, let's do it right now. I don't seem to see any, so I have to wait till get the parts diagram again. But I did not visually see any at all. Alrighty, so we're gonna go forward now. Slowly in the knob. So there's the motor. No movement. Still no movement. Oh, she cut out. Okay, so whatever speed step that is on this Bachmann throttle that's moving, that's an impressive crawl. That must be at least speed step 3 or 4. And of course I'm cutting it on some slightly dirty track, I guess. And then who knows how long this has been sitting on the shelf for too. Let's try backwards. The lights are on, but the motor ain't running. Wow, really? That's not good. So all the light functions work. But I have no motor control whatsoever. Oh man. Let's see what's going on here. Hopefully it's not a bit of overspray from when they painted the wheels. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go backwards. I guess what, speed step 3, 4. That's about 3 or 4 right there. That's a nice crawl. Not super smooth, and I don't want it to quit on me again. So let's just go ahead and run it around the track. Like it did. Come on, girl. That doesn't sound too healthy. Just listen to observe rumbling coming out of it. That's crazy. And I forgot to flip the switch. So I'll just let this run around and maybe it'll quiet up some, but that sounds like it hasn't been greased. Alright, that's been enough time. It actually has gotten quieter, but still got that, you know, mechanical grunging sound. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know this left-hand turnout was going to cause problems from some rolling stock, but the whole locomotive now, come on. It just doesn't like it. And also I had to face it the other way to go backwards because it wouldn't go the other way backwards because it would keep jumping over the point right here. But now I got it back in shot. Let's do the curl test again. And before I do that, just to point out, the parts diagram does show whether it's got bearings or not. And this one states no bearings. Whereas if I pulled the one from the ALCO S4 from the last video, which I was looking at myself, it shows little metal bearings. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through. So the S4, if you get yourself one, was worth it. This S3, however, has no metal bearings, so decent lubrication is going to be needed, even though they say use a little bit. Now then, start the crawl going forward. Or backwards, sorry. Look at that, just... That's impressive. Forward now. Ooh, super. Super. That is super slow. One thing I forgot to do with the S4 test was to see if this thing wheel slips or locks up. I'm pretty sure that S4 will just wheel slip. But this RS3... Yep, wheel slips. Lots of torque on that. So, now it is time to do a coach test here. Or not a coach test, sorry. Put my lights on. Gonna pull some rolling stock test. Now, going up over that incline, it did have a bit of a throttle down and a throttle up going over that hill. Well, I shouldn't say hill, we'll just say it's the very minor test hill. So we got metal wheel rolling stock. Away we go. There she comes. Let's listen closely as she comes up. She's moaning. And picking up speed. Okay, let's stop her here. And switch it out. Actually, you know what? I am not going to switch it out. I'm just going to park these and just get the review. Whoop. Started a bit on the point. I've got those contacts. So overall, I must say I like the detailing, but I don't like the way it runs. It runs good once you get it broken in, but if it struggles a little bit on a very minor incline with on its own and with metal wheeled rolling stock, there's no point in me pulling the plastic one. We just get the same results anyway. But no, I mean, it looks great, but it sounds horrible when it runs. And seeing as how I'm having troubles on the points and all that already, I mean, I just don't know what to say. It's visually, it's impressive. Mechanically, not so much. That's kind of a letdown, really. I wonder, though, if I were to order a Soundtrack's DCC board / decoder from Bachmann, if that would improve it any. Because according to this diagram, it's a 8-pin, so maybe even an MRC decoder with sound. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But that is Bachmann's ALCO RS3. I don't know how their sound value board performs, but this was, mechanically wise, was just appalling. So, but once it broke in, it did shift forward and backwards on a really, really slow speed, which was nice. But beyond that, though, the pickups are horrible. Everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care now and keep safe from COVID.